Welcome back. So this will be the last lesson of JavaScript. Most probably I may have another lesson for you for revision if you are willing to attend because I feel that there are some things to, or maybe some dots to connect. So if you are willing, I may give you additional one day to connect all the dots. Yeah, the dots we plot everywhere. So today, week 7. Yeah, so I think it's better to check what we plan to do this week. Uh, if you see set in the map, let me see set and map. Maybe I think I will come to that later because it's so easy. First, let's go for the big thing, object-oriented programming. So let's go to week 1 and create an index.html as usual. Since it's a web programming, everything starts from index.html. We can write the script here or external, but let's be lazy today and let's write it inside here. Yeah, let's run this. Yeah, just open with live server. After a while, I have lots of things open, so I think I have to close this because it's really hard for you to see. Oh no, quite lots of things opened. I didn't know it was another. I think that is the document actually, so it's still running. I can just stop it. Yes. Still I have another, so we don't need this one. We may need this and we need this at some point, so I can keep it there. But this is the, let's have this. Great. Now, all the time, this is how we start. You can start by writing alert, hi, and yeah, it's connected, but I'm not in favor of alert, even it's annoying for me. Console.log, hi, and open this console. Yes, so it's connected. That means we can run JavaScript here and it's connected. Of course, we are writing it on the same file, so no doubt about it, right? As I told you, object-oriented programming. What does that object-oriented programming means? OOP, OOP, sometimes people call it. Object-oriented programming. What does that mean? Actually, everything in programming, it's like it's an object. For instance, let's take an example of object, a chair, right? A chair, or a table, or a car. These are objects. Even a person can be an object, right? So if a chair is an object, it has some properties. It could be made from, right? It could be made from iron or plastic or wood, right? It may have some legs, right? Most of the time 4, but maybe a fancy 3 legs, yeah? 3-legged chair. Okay, something like that. And there will be other properties that may describe a chair. How about if an object is a car? A car could be the color of the car, the make, the model, and what is this? Gearbox. All different kind of properties for a car that. How about if our object is a dog? Yeah, a dog may have a color, of course, and breed, different kind of breeds, right? And it may have number of legs most of the time. For, as far as I know, yeah, the age of the dog, and even the gender of the dog if you are interested. Yeah, and maybe barks, right? Yeah, barks. The dog can bark. So this kind property that describe that object. It goes for the same for a person. Okay, then if we have a person is an object, okay, we have first name, okay, last name, an age, country or nationality, yeah, it goes. So first you have to have the object. If you have the object, and then you will have properties to describe that object. Sometimes we may call these properties attributes. Yeah. Now let's see. Is it clear so far? Are you clear? Is it clear for you?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah. Because before
Yes.
yes. Then if you agree with that, then let's change this to a quote. Yeah, then maybe I think two, because we're talking about class, so to write a class in JavaScript, you start with a class keyword, followed by name of the class, and then a curly bracket. This is what you need. I think, why is that like this? Yes. Then we call this declaration or creating of a class. We created one class, but but the naming, if you see, it's a camel case, but the other kind of a camel who has the two you call it, it's the back part of the, is that oh, I forgot the name, hoop or something, I don't know. Yeah, but with two, they call this also camel case and also Pascal case. It starts with capital, small, capital, capital.
Or snaking? Is that a snake? Is it related to snaking case or something?
Yes, snake case. I think it's also, so they call it also snake case. Yeah, it's snake case. Okay, it's also camel case, but we have two kind of camels. Okay, two camels, back. Yeah, let's see. We're talking about this camel. Okay, this one with the two, and we have the other camel. Yeah, the other camel is starting with this name of, but this is still camel. But this also called Pascal case, because I think Pascal language has been written like that. Anyway, so now let's change this to a name, a proper name. Maybe let's give it a proper name, dog. Yeah. So you are creating a dog instead of dog. Dog is not a very good. Animal is a very good name. Yes, animal, because from animal we can also create children. Okay. So how do we instantiate from this? Const dog, and we can create, or maybe this animal one like this, and then new animal. This is how you instantiate. But maybe before that, let's just destroy. How about if you console.log, please guys, do the console.log as many times you want and see what's happening. Yeah, we managed to print that. How about if we have something here, name, and if we have, for instance, a Sabine. Can we access this name by just writing .name? Yeah, actually, yes. I managed to access this name. It's like a public property. It's not hidden anywhere. Yeah, I'm not going to talk about private and public in this lesson, because it's another, but it's okay, don't have to have it now. We will see it at some point anyway. So yes, but it's not something we need to do most of the time. Now this is just doesn't have anything, but as you can see, even it gave me name. When I'm writing name this, it gives me the name of the class itself anyway, because it doesn't have a name. But instead of doing this, what we do, const animal1, we instantiate animal. Instantiate means creating an object from the class we made. So it's like a blueprint. You go to an architect and you ask, hey, I want to design a hotel. And he gives you the design of the hotel, and actually you build it. So now we are almost building it here. And again, with some bit of a design, you can build it somewhere else. New hotel, of course, in this case. So we have the blueprint. By instantiating the class or the blueprint, we can get the object. So now this, instead of printing the class itself, let's print out animal. Yeah, it just gave me some kind of object. Okay, good. How about const, console.log, console.log, animal2. Yeah, it's the same thing, empty. But let's do some constructor. If a class, something like this, empty, it doesn't do anything. We should have the constructor function. It's a built-in function available for us to make the blueprint. So you don't have to think about this. And usually we can pass the parameters here. Animal could be, it may have a, for instance, what is this? It could be like different kingdom, kingdom, like animalia, plantia, all those kind, or something. But I think let's make it a bit name of the animal, age, legs, color, this basic. But I think I'm giving you too much parameters already. Let's start with one parameter. So if you say name, then name.this, and then you attach it to the class itself. So that, no, the other way around. This.name. What do I mean by this? This refers to the animal class, the same way as we did in object literal, if you remember, guys. Yeah, if you remember, when we were creating an object, we create like a const and a user, something, a name, someone's name, and then get info. We made functions, and we did return this dot name. This refers to this object, the user object, but this object literal a bit. Now we are doing more of a class. So this refers to this class. Now, after this, whenever we call, whenever we instantiate the animal class, we have to pass a name. For instance, the dog, the name, some puppy, I don't know, dog's name. Have you seen now? The first dog has name, but the second dog, it's not defined. Give me a dog name. Don't you have a dog? Okay.
Fluffy.
Fluffy, puffy. Okay, Fluffy. Yes. Yeah, so as you can see, we managed to create a kind of object. Can we give it an age? Yes, now we can have, but now as you can see, the age is not undefined here because the age is not yet binded with the class, this age. Now, as you can see, it's undefined. It's binded to the class, but it's not given here. Okay, this one is 4 years old, and this one is 6 years old. Yep. Okay, kind of a breed, a dog breed. I don't know. Tell me if you are kind of a dog person. What breed dog do you have?
Husky.
Husky. Okay, so it should be a breed. And now we have to go here. Husky, I think it's a kind of husky. And the second other dog, tell me. No dog expert in here? Please.
Poodle.
What?
A poodle. Or a pug.
Pug. Is it? Pug.
Yeah.
Okay, pug. Something like this. So as you can see, we managed to create. You have once you write the code, then based on this blueprint, actually, you can create a different object. Yeah, that's why we call it object-oriented. First, you declare your class, or you make your class, and then you instantiate. Let's say we're using some fancy terminologies, but you know, instantiating means like creating an object from the class. Then you can create millions of dogs once you have, based on this schema or model or format. Okay, let's have a method. Then the method will be bark, maybe, yeah, a bark, right? A dog barks like, this is how you write. It's a bit different from this. Did I remove that? This is not how you write it. Action, something like this, like the object literal, but instead, this is how you write your methods here. Okay, then console.log it woof or whatever. Then let's try console.log a1 dot back. So you have to invoke it or call it. 26. Here it says it woof, and one it woof. But where is 37 coming? Yeah, it said it's the reason why undefined. Who can tell me this? Why I see this undefined?
Because the A1 is below the
What?
creation of the class.
No, it's more of to the function. It's more of to the method.
Is it with the scope or?
No, it's because if a function doesn't return anything, the value is
Undefined.
undefined. That's so. Let's just return instead of consoling this. So and return. Oh, nice. Oof. Have you seen? No undefined here. Because we're printing it out from here. Yeah, this is all about class. So before we move on, actually, this is the basics of a class, and we made it in a short time. And I want to take a question because this is the basic of just if you don't understand any of the line of this code, I want to know and I want to answer for that. No? Is it clear?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, great. So if it's clear, let's do another class. And after that, we will have a break and we will also end related to class. So I want to say this OOP1, OOP1.js. Okay. Then I am about to make again another. Just tell me what's the first step I have to do to create a class.
Class name.
Class followed by class name. Now I'm interested to create a person class. This is how you create a person class. Yeah. So as I told you, you need a constructor, and this constructor is available for you to make a blueprint. And a person, of course, it has to have a first name. And then I told you that you have to use this to bind anything which comes from here. Actually, this parameter is something we pass later when we instantiate the object. This first name, I want you to be binded first name and then first name to itself. Yeah, this is the binding process, and we give it the same value. Now let's instantiate a person, and this person we call it person1. Yes, how do you instantiate? You need the word new, a keyword, and then the name of the person. The name of the class. That's a person. So if you have one parameter here, definitely it asks you here. So I just call it Asabena. Now, if I just print out person1, since I'm duplicating lots of person, I want to just make it a bit shorter. Of course, I'm not in favor of like making such kind of variable names, but just for sake of simplicity, now I made this just short variable. Have you seen? Now it's created a proper object that this person has last name. I believe everybody has a last name. Age, yes, great. So just tell me this last name. What's going to be? Yeah, tell me, guys.
Last name.
Last name. And again, this dot.
Age.
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 Yeah, age. Just matching the same thing. What means like the thing we passed when we are calling or instantiating, it will be binded to the class. Great. As you can see, it's undefined because when I was instantiating, it's not there, but actually it has a field. Yes, it requires that. That's so lovely. You can see it here already. So it type, and everybody knows that I'm trying 50. Yes, and yeah, that's what we need. Yeah, so lovely object. Okay, let's get the first name of this person. Oh yeah, console.log p1 dot last name. Now, if I'm interested to create a person, another person, P1, yeah, I'm a very popular example, John Doe, John, and his last name is Joe, and his age has been there for some time, but he doesn't care. Let's make him younger, and we don't need another. So console.log P2, sorry guys, I was writing P2. What's happening here? P2. Yes. So it's so cheap to create the object once if you have the class. Have you seen it? So cheap. Yep. It means like whenever you go to some office, they prepare a form. You go there, you arrive, they give you the form, you fill, you run away. Another person come, fill the form, and write he fill his form, and then it's a prepared blueprint, a ready-made form, right? It's the same like that class. And now here you are filling the form. Does it sound similar?
Yeah, it does.
That is the concept. If some people just make it complicated. Oh no, object oriented. Oh no, oh my god, something like, no, it's not. It's so easy once if you understand the big picture. Yeah. So it's like filling a form. Remember this terminology. It's filling a form. I think everybody has filled a form once in his life, either on paper or online for electronic form. Yeah. So now how about this person's skills? Do I have skills? This dot skills. Do I have skills? No, you never, when someone is just born, he may not have. Have you seen now? I'm not adding any skills from here. Why? I'm structuring it like this. Because I'm designing it a bit different. Now let's see, console.log, a subinit skill. So P1 is a subinit, just 10 skills. Yeah, it's empty, great. Then we have to have maybe add skill, what's the name? Add skill method. And we can add to this. Okay, that's great. Then this dot skills. Can I access this skill by like this? Yes. Push. Then I have to have some parameter from here. Skill. I have to pass it. Then skill. So beautiful code. Have you seen? You don't have to remember. Just the skill. Where are you pushing this? To the skills. So easy. Then let's come here, console, and no, this is not what we do actually. P1 dot add skill, and then let's give for us an HTML. And again, try to do this. Oh yeah, Sabine start having some skills. Okay, how about if we give him some more skills and changing this to CSS? Yeah, so actually this is working somehow. And instead of also we can add actually get skills. To get the skills, how do we get? Instead of just now, this is like setting. Since we are setting here, we can actually have getting skills. So return this dot skills. We're returning. So if you just now do the same thing like get the skills, it gives me add more skills again, just JavaScript. No, we don't leave JavaScript, right? And the skills are growing. Yeah, so we have one method for adding skills. To get the skills, maybe also, how about if we have one skills, our favorite, method, get in person info, is person information. Yeah, well, let's just restart by returning the first name of this person, first name. Yeah, that's the easy way to do. Console.log, person1, get person info. As you can see, okay, then it works. How about if you return this last name? Oh yeah, it's just then I think yeah you are in love with this string interpolation. So I'm not in favor of this concatenation using class. I have to remove it now. And as you can see, of course, now you can add even I am again, just let's see this dot H. How about even make the proper statement years old? And even we can make, and I love teaching the skills. What are my skills? This dot skills dot join, actually just join them. Have you seen? And I'm a Sabianite. I'm 150 years old. I love teaching HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Even you may add and in your case instead of just doing it the lazy way, just comma, and something. You should add and here. Come up with some technique or way. Okay, I'm giving you a task. Yeah, this is all about class. Is it clear so far, guys?
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, then I don't like to make you feel so tired. When we return, we will talk about inheritance after 10 minutes. Let's get back to the lesson after 10 minutes. See you soon, guys. Welcome back. We learn how to create a class, and from class we learn how to instantiate objects. For instance, for this class, it has some properties, first name, last name, age. Usually we put this inside the constructor. It's a way to create a blueprint, and it has methods, actually, these methods. There is this property you can set this to, for instance, gate. This is the word gate, but it doesn't. And now you can remove this one. And it will be a gate method. Have you seen now? I don't. If I use the word, the reserved word gate, I don't have to invoke it like this. So actually, I can access it like this. And also a set, this what is the set skill, this one actually, if I just put it like this set, the way we add is going to be, instead of something like this, it will be, why it's not working like that. I have to teach all the features, how JavaScript work. So p1.add skill. So this is how you set the HTML. Have you seen now? HTML is added. And then we can change this to CSS and this to JavaScript. Yeah. So these are, they call it setter and getter. It's a way to set, because we are setting a new, like a new value, a new attribute, and this is a getter. And setters and getters, you don't you don't invoke them. As you can see, I'm not invoking them. And here also we are not invoking them. Yeah, so you don't, setters and getters sometimes get confused, people. Maybe I can copy this code and put it all separately, because you may want to see OOP to setter, getter, .js we have here, but I will just get it back to now to the previous. I just remove this, and instead now we can invoke it, and I have to remove the setter and getter and make them just standard class method. Okay. What to use, it depends. For me, I don't even use setter and getter. I usually just use this is enough for me most of the time, but it may have specific use cases you may need, and it's good to know. Now let's move to inheritance. Have you ever received any kind of inheritance from from ancestors, or from a father, or from grandfather, whatsoever? Yeah, it's a cheap resource, right? cheap resource. Just you get something, you get some resource for being a part of some family. Yeah, that's the definition of inheritance, right? Yes,
Yes.
you just get something. Then what does he, what inheritance make here in coding? Actually, we wrote this code already, so to avoid repetition, not to rewrite code all over again, we can borrow or maybe inherit this code or property. So let's create a child. Yeah, so creating a child in JavaScript is so easy. So you just class and you call it class, and the name of this is going to be student. Let's student. And this student extends its hand to the parent, and the name of the parent is person. And this is how you create inheritance. Actually, it's just another class, but the difference, we are inheriting from the person. This line allow us to stretch our hands to the person and to get all the resources the person has. All the resources, everything. Okay, I'm not kidding, everything. Okay, so let's see. Really, if that's the case, columns student one, new student. And of course, if you remember the property, let's say this gems, and the family maybe John, whatever, and the age would be 21. Yeah, this. And now let's see console.log s1. Where am I writing? Oh, I'm writing in the wrong. What am I doing here? I thought I'm writing here. It should have been. I thought I kept this links to the other way. I want to keep this in that file. This is for backup for you, and let's work on here. Don't need this. So as you can see, John is actually created, but why capital? Why is such kind name? How? Okay, yeah, first name, yeah. First name, have you seen? Now we have, let's get something. Can we get info from console.log s1 dot get person info. I'm James, John, and I'm 21 years old. I love teaching. because he doesn't have any skill. There's nothing here. I love teaching what? Okay, let's give him some. So S1 add skill. Maybe let's. He might be a JavaScript or React Ninja. And let's make him. Yeah, I love teaching React. And if you want to see also what he has in the skill, console.log S1 get skills. Get skills. You may see the skills actually. Yeah, he has React already. And if you want, of course, if he has React, he should have definitely JavaScript. One doesn't exist without the other. It's a kind of for me. Yes, at least. Yep. So as you can see, this lazy student get everything from the parent. Have you noticed that? Sorry for saying that, but anyway, he didn't do anything. He just grabbed all the resources from the parent, that is the person. But of course, we have to give it a name, the name. But of course, he learned, right? He learned some JavaScript. Now he has a JavaScript, and he learned React. Yeah, from the parent, he didn't get the skill. It was empty, right? Because the parent is also didn't have any skills at the very beginning. But at least maybe the parents may teach him at the very beginning, maybe some discipline. Yes, discipline to sit and learn. Yes, this is a bonus. Have you seen now? The discipline is a bonus. He got it. But after that, he managed to learn JavaScript and React. That's awesome. I don't know. Did you get it, guys? Or am I just enjoying that by myself? How is it going, guys?
No, I think I got it. The idea of extending the class.
Yeah, so as you can see, nothing. We just created it. And there's no code here inside. But how about if we want to add, maybe I think the student, he moved to some country like me, and maybe if he changed his nationality or something, the previous didn't have nationality something, right? Tell me now, how can I add nationality for this guy? Yes, again, we need a constructor. And then nationality. Actually, we have to call all of them all over again. So we have to copy all this. Again, once if you touch the constructor, it doesn't work. Let me show you. After this, after you touch the constructor, it doesn't work. So then you have to call super, and using the super, you have to repeat this again inside the super. That means you are connecting the child with the parent's property. Yeah, so super, hey, take these values from the parent. But actually we have a nationality, new nationality, then this nationality has to be binded with the new child here. Okay, great. And this actually, this get person info doesn't know about nationality. It doesn't know about nationality. So let's see, then we have to modify it a bit. We have to give it another name, or we have to use the same name. If we use the same name, actually we will override this. Okay, what does that mean? Okay, let me show you first. We have this student, get person info, give me this. I am James John. I am 21 years old. I love teaching, teaching discipline, JavaScript and React. Okay, great. But if I add, let me show you, get person info, I am creating it now. Once if I create, this get person info is not going to give you anything. That means I start overriding. But can I access the get person info inside here? This dot get person info, what does that this gives me also? Yeah, this also maximum call stack size. So don't do also this. So now I have to redo this again. So I have to make a couple of the codes for I have to copy and make it here. And you have to pass a nationality. I am something. I am Finn. I am Ethiopian. I am something. Yes, my nationality is, that's easy. My nationality is, and then you go for this dot nationality. Now, my nationality is undefined, but we have to pass nationality here. For instance, John sounds like a British person, so let's my name is something something, my nationality is British. So what did we learn from here? Overriding. By using the same method name, we override the parent method. But you can add additional methods. Still, you can access the previous methods. But if you use the same method name, that means you are overriding. We don't have to complicate it this lesson. How do you think? If you get it, we have to move on to another lesson.
May I ask something?
Oh, of course, yes.
So inheritance means the override. So if you want to access to the old person's info, for example, this the parents, can you return it back?
But I have to correct here somehow. Inheritance doesn't mean override. Inheritance means accessing everything what the parent has, everything. But for instance, let me show you. Here we didn't have anything. By just writing this code, we've been accessing, have you seen? We are accessing everything what the parent has. What we provided actually is just like we are provided the form, yeah, it works. But the main reason why we need to create inheritance actually, sometimes we want to get some of the functionality from the parent, and we may tend to additional methods, or also we may want to override. Yeah. So for instance, now I can make use of the add skill without overriding, because it's okay. Get add skill and get skills. I'm happy. I can use them. Yes. Let's see.
Yeah.
Console.log s1.get skills. Yeah, this person has these skills. And if you want to also add additional method, for instance, this student, this person student, if you want to, you can just come here and add some method, whatever method you want, and you can just write it here. But this method will not be available in the parent. What the parent has will be available in the child, but what the child has never be in the parent. I tell you, my father doesn't know how to teach React. I know. It's like that.
Okay, so it's modified from the parents to the child. No, whenever the information is the same as the parents, then it will affect or inherit to the child. But if child has its own skills or own something, then you can modify it or you can add it in under the child properties.
Yes, yes, you got it. Yeah, that is.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Okay.
we tend to differ from the parents, right? Do you want to just replicate our parents? No, right? We have to be a bit different, and they want us also a bit different from them. Yeah,
Yep.
this concept actually just if you just understand what I said now, that is what it means actually, parent and child in JavaScript. And all the examples also get aligned with the statement I said.
Yes. Yes.
Yes, for instance.
And one more. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
The small question: why you we have to add join in this case? Skills.join.
Oh, that means maybe I think even without the join, just to make all the. Let's see, even without join, does it work? Yeah, even without join, it renders JavaScript the arrays. Yeah, just to render them as in a string. That's the reason why I use the join. Yes, it's join is actually, let me show you here. Let's go. Of course, arrays do have different colors, and you may have skills. And if you have, I think you have, yeah, because they might, I do the same examples all over again. Skills dot join allow us to, have you seen? I managed to join it, merge it like this, or maybe with a comma. Have you? Comma and space. Yeah. Actually, even this should be, when I was joining, it should be something like this. And then it will have a very good formatting. Let's see how it looks like now. It's have you seen comma?
Yeah.
This, yeah, it's just formatting purpose. And actually it has also, even you can just make it fancy, and you can put anything you want. So it's just the purpose of formatting, nothing to do with.
Okay, so formatting purpose.
Yes, and it join is also an array method. Like if you remember, like skills.map, we've been doing this, right?
Yep.
Filter. It's a functional programming. Like that, this join is also,
okay.
it's also a method for arrays to change them to string. Yeah.
Okay.
Guys, I think Motomi's question was a very good one to clarify some of the doubts. If you don't have any question, I may move on to destructuring. By the way, sometimes it's good to check that 30 days off. That's like some people call it like a Bible, you know? So we have to go to that. Of course, I'm not just go by yourself, the class part, but the destructuring part, at least I have to check it once in a while. Destructure. Okay. Guys, this destructuring is sometimes very powerful. I think I can also take this code somewhere else and make this free. Yes. OOP inheritance.js. Great. So destructuring. and spreading. Great. I will start. Most of the time we destructure. Yeah, but I think it's better to. What's destructuring? Destructuring is a way to unpack arrays and objects and assigning them to a distinct variable. Okay, it's a one-liner. The definition. I will give you some time to read it by yourself and understand what it means. Okay, great. Yeah, we have a very good example here. I will just copy that. What do you see? How many numbers do you see, or how many items do you see in the arrays?
3.
Yeah, 3 items. So easy. But sometimes, most of the time we may have a lot of like items in our array, but sometimes we may have short, like 5, 2, 3, 10, up to 10. It could be that's short, not very long. In that case, we may use destructuring too. But in a long, in old days, const, you may say num of numbers, and then you may just print out. Even we don't have this kind of loop. This is also a very recent kind of loop, so easy to use. Num. So I managed to get the data out. I managed to unpack them, right? Yeah, but or you can use a regular for loop. Regular for loop for let I is equal to 0, I less than numbers. By now you should length I plus plus, and then console.log numbers, and then the index. Or this way, or another, you tell me why I just for each numbers, and then just for each item followed by the index if you are interested in the index, because it gives you also the index. I think I used something strange. Console.log item, you see, again 1 to 3, and if you are interested in the index, index. Yeah, so it's different way of doing. So for each is not much different from other loops. It doesn't return anything, but it just gives you results. They may ask you, like during interview, what's the output of a map? What is the output of reduce? What's the output of for each? So you have to identify what's the output by the end anyway. So actually it iterates through the array. It doesn't give any output, and it gives just instant result of that item, yeah? Of course, this for each takes an item, the index, and the array, for instance. We can access the numbers. If you print out this, that means you access actually the array itself. Yeah, it's crazy anyway. Okay, but today it's not about loops. Listen, it's all about how can we get this data out. Actually, there's a very easy way. Maybe this one, yeah, let's call it the first item, right? And the second item. Okay. Then numbers. By doing this, we can access now the value of 1 is stored at the variable first. This one stored here. How about 3? Yeah, 3 is not stored anywhere yet. So console.log first. Yeah, great. So that means we managed to store this data in a separate variable. Okay. Console.log and second. Great. Before we go crazy, do you understand this first?
Yeah.
Yeah, how about if we have more values? This, and is that, yeah, we can do like the third, whatever. For instance, if I say 3, and it will be on the variable 3, we have to get console.log 3. If I call it xyz this one, it doesn't matter. xyz, and of course now the reference here, no one knows first. I have to change this to xyz2. xyz. Great. So you can give it, or maybe I think so easy, A, B, C, or X, Y, Z. Okay, but you have to be meaningful whenever you give variable names. Yes, we fixed it again. How about the rest of the values? Maybe sometimes you might be interested to the first few items. How about the rest? We have this spread operator, dot, and then rest. That's so lovely. What are you expecting here? That means actually A goes here. We managed to store 1 to here, 2 to B, 3 to C, and the rest 4 and 5 are stored in this variable as in array, console.log and rest. That, do I, yeah, I think by mistake it was, I do have 2 to 6. Yeah, great. Another example, and this will be the last. Oh yeah, you know that const countries. I love countries, and I usually start from Finland, and we go to Sweden by ship or by whatsoever, and then to Denmark, and then to Norway, and why not to Iceland, just to see that beautiful volcano. Okay, great. Have you seen this country? Countries. And then maybe let's add some more data, some France and Belgium and Germany. Oh, it's a kind of, guys, now I'm doing a kind of some pattern you can do, for instance, in different way. Maybe even here, like you can do now, let's extract the first country. I can call it let. I can store Finland, Fin, and Sweden, Sway, or Sway, and Den, and Nor. Yeah, I'm interested, or maybe Ice. That's enough for me. Then I call them these countries. I mean, I just take this value here. Now, what do you expect inside or in the variable Fin? Oh, that's straightforward, guys. Finland, right? Yes, Finland. Console.log. What do you expect in Swedish or Sweden? What do you expect in the Denmark? Okay, but guys, sometimes destructuring is also, if it's really too long, it's boring. But maybe if I'm not interested in Denmark, or if I want to miss Denmark, you can just remove, and then you can, we don't have Denmark, but console.log Norway. Have you seen how I managed to skip Denmark? You add additional comma, and this match with this match with this. We're not interested, sorry, there's no any reason for that, just to make example here. Denmark, we just want to miss. I mean, we don't need to include that. So you just need a comma, nor. Yeah. Or maybe if you are not interested also in Norway, we just want to see the volcano. So now, first we want to Sweden, and then now we don't have this nor, so we just see the Iceland. So have you seen Finland, Sweden, and Iceland? But we deliberately skip these two countries using additional two commas. And how about the rest of what are these? France, I think those are, it's the kind of Central Europe. Right? Is that a kind of Central Europe? Or you can call it rest. And if you should remember three dots, we call it this spread operator. One sort of like rest. What? Has already been used. Yes, we use this somewhere else. Yeah, since we have used it, let's come up with a very beautiful name. I think for me is a Central European country. Those countries, Central European countries. I don't know, but it's just for sake of example. If we are not exactly right, it doesn't matter. The world doesn't end because of making such kind of a mistake, right? No, never. Actually, okay. France, Belgium, Germany. We managed to store them in a variable Central European country. Yes, and you can make a kind of acronyms and maybe, but don't do such kind of variable names, Central European countries, and I can just European countries. Okay, what do you think? Was it so easy?
Looks like a good way to restructure.
Yeah, it's so easy, and it's also there are React. Yeah, React really use such kind of destructuring, especially the new React is in favor of destructuring, really. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And also for copying sometimes. Okay, now I will show you the spread operator. Let me show you. Honest nums 1, 1, 2, 3. And now I have honest numbers. I think I have already this somewhere else. Maybe what else can I call it? Oh, nums2, maybe just nums2. I may say 0, comma, dot, and then again nums1. Actually, now I'm spreading this, everything I have, and it's a kind of concatenation, and I'm creating another array. We are not afraid of mutation here. It doesn't modify, no mutation involved here. So if you check now nums2, it will be great. How can that kind of 0, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. So sometimes also to avoid data mutation, we may use such kind of spreading. It's very powerful most of the time. As I said, we use functional programming like map. Also, we use destructuring, spreading in React. Yes. Of course, you can do this the same as like if you do maybe I can do this like this. dot concat, and if I do nums1, I get the same value because I have this array and there's the concat. It's the same kind of, but there's cases this is much better way. All right. And now, if this is clear for you, shall we move on to object? I can't add anything. This is pretty good for you. And shall we move on to object destructuring? Or let me also see if I missed something. Yes, maybe I can, for instance, there's a fancy example here. Oh yeah, where is it? Okay, someone, yeah, I wrote this at some point, you know. Okay, do you like to be a full stack developer? So you have to have this HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and React. And in the backend, you need Node, Express, MongoDB, and this array of arrays are stored in the full stack variables. So I want you to destructure this as in the front end. So let front and back end, and then you just destructure this value full stack. Okay. Console.log front end, and let's see what we have. All the front end technologies. That is so nice. Console.log, and then maybe we might print out the backend. Yes, sometimes even we may keep, also after this, we may keep parsing. Maybe after we do that, we can just go double, what was this? I want to see maybe if I have done it already, an example. Okay, how do I do that? Yes, yeah, now I got it. How about if we want maybe the first item from the front end? For instance, we may say item. Let's check just and instead, let's see the item here. Yep, have you seen how I managed to target even? So now, as you can see, first you should learn. First take as a front end, second take, and the third take. These are just variable names I'm creating on the fly. Item, we don't have item anymore, so I call it first technology. Yes, as a front-end developer, you should learn that. And then the second item is going to be second take. So that means, as you can see, we can nest destructuring. I'm nesting it, but you don't have to complicate that way, okay? Just one level is enough, but sometimes we go crazy, and the more you nest, the more you complicate your code. After a month or two, or when you return at some point, it's hard to read your own code anyway. Yes. Let's see if there's another fancy examples. What is it here? Oh yeah, that's very good. As you can see now, countries, I think I have used this date variable already. So I can call it countries array of, I don't know, just array. So because I have used the other Then let's look through this. For const country of array. Yeah, this is so easy, right? You know how to do this. Yeah, but everybody knows how to use for of loop for an array. Yeah, as you can see, we managed to, oh yeah, the capital city of Finland is Helsinki, for Sweden, Stockholm, for Norway is Oslo. But how about if we are interested in the one of the items? Actually, we can destructure it here on the fly. Yes, you can do it. The country and the city, actually. And then you may just print out city, the country. Have you seen? So powerful now. Yes, I want you to do this when we do the React. This is great. While we are iterating, on the fly we destructured it and our code is getting neat, more clean. Maybe if there's another fancy, it's object. Okay, now let's move on to object destructuring. But maybe if there's another, yeah, this is somehow the same as this. Anyway, you should go through this. Yeah, let's go to object. How do you create an object? For instance, if you have a rectangle, okay, what are the properties of a rectangle? Width, yeah, 25, and height, and maybe 20. Perimeter, yes, perimeter. The perimeter of, I think this plus this by 2, I think 45, so it's 90. Yes. But I think for the time being, I don't need this. I will use it later. I have just only 2 things. If I want you to get the value of the width, how do you do? Rectangle dot width. This is how you get data from, this is what you do. And maybe the other way, you may do like this, width. Both give you the same thing, yeah? This is how we learn. But today, let's learn how to destructure. And now when we destructure, if it's an object, we use curly bracket. If it is an array, we use square bracket, as in we make arrays, yeah? So, and the tricky part here, the name of the variable here should be the same as the name of the key. So width, now I have to say width, and from where? From where? Get it from a rectangle. Yes, and now just console.log the width. Yes, it's coming here. And then again, if you are interested in the height, you can just console.log height. Yes, it's 20. Oh, great. How about if I'm trying to find the perimeter? And let me try here. Console.log perimeter. Undefined. That's great. Maybe we can just give it, if it's undefined, we can give it a value of 90. So as you can see, even it's possible to pass default value, but how about if it has already some value in here? Maybe I think for you to make it clear, yeah, if it is not 0, yeah, as you can see, 0, but here it's 90 now. Yeah, as you can see, 90 it's coming from, but if we don't have that, the default value will be in use. That is destructuring of object. I have to ask a question here. Is it clear?
Yes.
Yep.
Great. Now, what is left is actually we have to go a bit deeper, one level nesting. So I think we may have a very good example from this textbook. Yes, yeah, this is a very good one. As you can see, sometimes when you fetch something, and the name will be boring. What I mean, boring, yeah. So you want to give it a new name. Instead of this, you want to call it W. Instead of height, you want to call it height. I mean H. And then I think I don't know how I give this. Can we do this? I've never done that. Maybe I can try with that. Now, H has already been used where? Oh yeah, P. So I have to say P, yeah. Now let's try. Width is not there, of course. I change it to W. I change it to H. I change it to P. What is the point here? Sometimes you may have long names, ugly names. Maybe let's see from this, we love this, right? This API, yeah. So everybody love this API. So let's give it some time. Everybody's, yeah, most of the names are good, but let's see if they do have a very long key. Regional blocks. For instance, if you are not interested in this name, you can rename it with shorter and easy to read names. Yeah, that's the purpose. So renaming, we can, while we are destructuring, we can rename them like this. So to understand, I mean, you may understand this, but to make use of this, you have to go through this and you have to tweak it, changes some of the things, and you have to repeat this stuff. Okay, object parameter without destructuring. It's an example. Usually when I'm trying to show some examples, I may write it differently. Let's take this example, by the way. As you can see, the name of the function is calculate perimeter. Perimeter is actually, I am passing an object, rectangle width plus rectangle height multiplied by 2, right? Or you can multiply 2 times, and yeah, I think this is clear for you. Now, what does that mean? Don't have to really clear. I think everybody understands this, but it doesn't hurt, maybe. Yeah, this plus this, this plus this. So if we have here A, I think I have to have a text A, actually why A? It doesn't make sense even saying A. And then H. Width. So how many widths do we have here? 2 widths. How many? 2 heights. So perimeter will be 2 height plus 2, or maybe the other way, 2 widths plus 2 height. And so it has 2 common, so you have to, you may write it 2 times width plus height. So it's a very basic thing, yeah? So this is a perimeter of rectangular, square, or any this rectangular shape. Clear. How do I remove those drawings? Great. Yeah, so we have this. Yeah, this is the old way. But if we want to destructure instead, and now let's call the console.log, calculate perimeter, and we can just give our object this rectangle, right? I can just rectangle. So it will calculate and give us the value. Where is it? Yeah, it's 90. Of course, I have also calculated it here. But another way, but it could have been written, this could have been written, it could be like width and height, something like that. And then you just finish it like this. Much shorter, as you can see, yeah, and cleaner, because anyway, in this place, the object will come and will be destructured, and we make use of that destructured properties. So now, when we use it in a function, and you don't have to worry much, we do this all over again during React. And a very good example here, a 7 object, object literal, and I have used it in two ways. This is in old way, and this is in destructuring way. Have you seen? First name, everything is destructured, and I think you should go through it. And during iteration, for instance, I will show you to-do list. I have a to-do list here. Have you here? Prepare JavaScript test for the students and give a JavaScript test. Of course, preparation and giving them. And that's just the test. It's some task, as you can see, list of tasks. So for honest task of, what's the list? To-do list. To-do, or maybe tasks. I can change the name to tasks. And then console.log task. Someone I heard as there's, you'd be better mute the mic and I will not be disturbed. Have you seen? I managed to destructure each object, as you can see. That's nice. But now, if I'm interested in the task, so I have to call it task.task. Yeah, now prepare test something. And if I am interested in the other property, task time. And task, it says it's the task completed or not completed. As you can see, this time true something. But now, instead of doing this, actually, we can just destructuring it here. Hey, task, and then a time, and then completed. And then I don't have to extract it from the object. Now it's getting cleaner time. Yes, and somehow a clean code again. So destructuring, we can use it using the loop, using a function, during a parameter. When we pass parameters, we may use it at different situations. Let's see if there is more. Spread operator, we have seen it already, so no need to repeat. So yeah, it helped us just to copy also, just to copy. If you see here, events, then empty array, dot, dot, the events. So we did actually a copy of this. Then this and this will never see each other. And when you modify this, this will not be modified. And to mix this odd and even, yes, this is very powerful. I want to copy and show you. Now I think this is clear for you. This also clear for you. Now I have even numbers, right? And I have also odd numbers, even numbers and odd numbers together, whole numbers, or I think we call them, yeah, whole numbers. So as you can see, let's mix this value to dot events, spreading all the events and spreading all the odds. And if we print this console.log, you will get the mix of all those two arrays together. Yeah, have you seen? Of course, in this order, it keeps the order, okay? It keeps the order. Okay, I want to see what we have. Spread operator to copy an object. Yes, for instance, I may copy this object, and you know that if there's one way to copy, assign an empty object, and you may copy user. This is one way of copying this. Another honest user 2 will be dot user. We copied it actually. This is copied. Modifying or changing the object while copying. Yes. Now, while we can actually copy while, let's do this. And nationality. And maybe Ethiopian. No, actually, we don't need an additional bracket. It should be outside. And now I'm copying this person, and somehow the copied actually has a bit different from the original. So sometimes we may have to, we should do that. So I have some of the data from the previous and also new data. We can do this. Spread operator with a raw function. Oh yeah, great. Okay. Guys, if I ask you to create a function that takes unlimited number of unlimited number of arguments. That means, for instance, if I ask you some numbers, it says, okay, some numbers, and it takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 25, minus 9, 20, whatsoever. It just, how do you implement this? Any idea? I will show you. I will implement this in 2 ways. One, using function declaration, function, because in the meantime, you will see the difference between a raw function and this is, yeah. And then we have this arguments. Actually, this arguments is a reserved word. No, I don't have to even actually pass it here. Yeah, console.log arguments. Let's see, and you have to just invoke this to see what's happening, right? Some numbers, and what do we have there? Now, actually, we have a kind of an array by calling this and by this argument. I'm telling you, this is a global object. You just access it like this. Then maybe how about if I pass 1, 2? Oh, I see my data here. That's nice, as in array. How about if we add extra data, minus 5, 20, 100? Still, I see them. So is it possible to do for loop for const arg of arguments? And let's try console.log arg. Oh, that's awesome. We managed to get our data out actually from this. So then we can just let sum is equal to 0. Instead of printing this, guys, out every time sum plus we can just sum them all the time, and by the end we can return the sum. And of course by now we should print this out. Yes, 28. Great. Now we didn't learn spread operator here, but let's comment this out and learn, let's comment this out and see how we can implement this using a row function and at the same time using, I think I don't have to. So const some numbers and args. Now args is not a reserved word. I'm just console.log args. Of course I have to invoke this, right? Nothing. Okay, how about if I add dot, dot, dot? Oh, awesome. By just changing this to a spread operator, this become already what? An array. But how about if I pass one parameter here? It will be in the array. How about 2? Great. Then after, you know what you do. Actually, we just do the same this one. Or I can just do the same thing, what we did, and then we should print this console.log 1 and 2, I think was wrong. Argument is not, but it's not argument anymore, right? It's args. Yes, but even we can make this even much shorter. But I think it's better if I just comment it out and use reduce, and that make it even much shorter. I will show you how we can make this much shorter. We don't even need this. And we know that args is an array, so args dot reduce. And you can say even A and B. And when it comes to reduce, you just add the first and the second. And the output of this to see console.log yes, 3, 1 and 3, but as you can see, it's undefined. We are not returning anything. Actually, this is an output. We can just call it sum. Let sum, and here, and we can return the sum. Yeah, 3. And if you just add 3 again, it will be 6, right? Yeah, but actually, even it no need to declare a variable, we can return this itself, return like this. Oh yeah, I think in this function, even it seems we don't need to have this block because we don't really need, and we can just need one liner explicitly returning. Sometimes when you see it, some kind of short code, you feel, oh, what's happening? Yes, great. Yeah, I know, I think it's a bit fast. Oh, we managed to finish that part. Great, great. So I think you need to watch the recording all over again and do the examples by yourself. Destructuring, we did set and map. This is a fancy features, but they are very powerful and important, and we may, I think, cover them another time. I have to give you some time to just feel relaxed for now. Okay, but this is not the end. So we're not going to learn this and second map, but I would like to give you one additional week for just to connect all the dots together and make meaning out of the lessons you had for the last 7 weeks. So we will have one session in the kind of revision and kind of going detail and also cover anything, any minor detail we miss. But that will be a kind of revision and a kind of advance at the same time. Yeah, that would be after some point. We didn't decide, but I will let you know that. But I strongly recommend you to show up. So now, if we learn this, let's get back to one of the examples. The assignment I gave you, that was actually countries data something. Let's see. I want to stop this. And if you remember, we've been just doing some DOM. And I asked you why this Finland, where it doesn't work. Or maybe the data is, yeah, so maybe I have to go out one more. I have to go out one more and now it should work. And so when something happens like this, you should see world countries data 45. Yeah, it says world countries data. Countries is not found, so I have to check it again. I'm clicking in the wrong. Where are we? We are here and we want to go to, yeah, there should be data, maybe I think here, data. No, or maybe I think it's better to have, for your sake, countries object. Oh, no. I think this is the DOM Java's countries. Yeah, it should be just like this. Sorry, but this should be coming from there. And now we should have everything. Yeah. Yeah, do you remember this, guys? Ethiopia?
Yes, remember.
But now, for instance, if you search Amharic, that's my language, it should show Ethiopia, or Finnish, it should show Finland, but it's not showing anything. That was the task. It's a very good task. Did you try, guys? Let's do it together, no problem. Okay, where are we? So I think it's better to take it too gently. I will take this here, and then it will be easy for you to identify the different version. And I have to stop this. And now I have to start this over again. Great, and let's just close those. Oh, camels. And we don't need this anymore. And to which one do we need now? I think they are the same. Okay. Now I have to push this to the other side and searching by. First, let's see where are the languages. Let's see language. Where do you get them? Language. There's a key. Yeah. So they are in the form of English here, but it's not only English. English and Russia, for instance, if I have to ask or search by English, Antarctica has to be part of, and for Russia also this country should show up. Yeah. Let's do that now, because I have opened quite lots of. Where was I? Yeah, so I was writing here. Let's see the structure of our code. It's so tiny code. Oh no, it's tiny as you can see. Here, where is the filter? I forgot. Yeah, this is how it feels, guys. When you start checking your code, This is how it starts. But now I want you also to learn destructuring. For instance, I want to destructure this one here because I can destructure name from the country, and I can use it something like this. I can destructure capital, population. Was it capital or yeah, population, something like that. And language. I'm not interested in a population, this part. Something like this. So because the filtering part is actually, this is the filtering part. So how do I filter? We filtered it by name. Actually, we can just do this line all over again for capital with or operator. Or, and then capital, and check if it works. Why? What is this? Do I have some extra lines? Let me check. Yes, because if you guys noticed, this closes here. So I have to go up to here and copy, or it should be inside here, not outside. I want to search up to here. Now there's no, I'm not a fan of semicolons. Go away. Capital. Now let's check. Okay, help. Nice. Why? Let's try. What's the problem? We lowered to lower include. But why is this problem? So I have to see it, if it's a city or no, it's the capital. Okay. Who can help me? I need help. My first assumption didn't work. Yeah, capital to lowercase includes, maybe I have to refresh it. You never know sometimes. Oh, this is good enough. Why? Let me see what's happening there. Even I may use a proper return and see what's happening. Console.log capital. Remember, console.log is kind of a saver. What? And we are still printing this example I showed you at some point to show you what that looks like. Let me just remove. Still, this is happening. What? From where is it coming? And I can see that there's this shouldn't be here already. Am I working on the different file? Or yeah, it's WEEK-7, that's okay. But okay, let me check alert. What's happening? My students are not helping. Yes. Let's see. I told you we're working different file.
A different filer.
I told you. I had some students who did this all day long, and finally, okay. So the running is the other one, so we have to run this one. That's the problem. Yeah, it's horrible. Helsinki. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Nice.
So when you're lucky, you will have a chance to work on a different file and test the other file, and you will spend a whole day trying all over again. And then actually, Motomi asked me, why you use join again? Motomi, I'm about to use join again. I will show you. I call here language because they are arrays. Hey, language, come on. And then I want to join you by the space, actually. I think join something like this is enough for me. So then the language, I will show you what does that mean. We have this language, for instance, we change it first to a string, and then we find if one of the language exists. Yeah. And let's, as I told you, it's annoying that this is annoying. So destroy that. Now let's search for Amharic code. Nice. No, there's no Amharic. Finish. No, so our code has a problem. Let's fix it. Maybe why this is not, what is this? Oh, we forgot the OR operator, guys. Because either by name or by capital or by language. That's the point. Amharic, yes. And then finish. Now, the most important part of this Swedish-speaking country. Now, let's see them, Swedish. We have 4 countries. And if you go for English, 49 countries. All of them together. Such a lovely application. Great. Do you have any question? And again, we can structure here instead of a crate. It's actually an array. It takes, actually, here it's not taking an array. It was an object. So as you can see, you can structure it here. Name and a capital and population. When recruiters see you are destructuring, then I think they may say, this person know what he is doing, and then again flag. Now it should work again. Yes, and we applied the destructuring, what we have learned, and our code get structured or refactored somehow. Any question? I think I'm making it a bit fast. This no need to destructure because there's nothing to destructure there. Yeah, right. Question. And now, if you want to count something at the top, for instance, you can just add something. You may just const title document.create and h1. You may just do title.text content and countries object.length, and we can append that container, append as a child in the title. Yeah. Now we may see some. No, I was expecting to see some numbers, but nothing happened. Oh, what? Why? The container. And this is how you should see also. You go and just inspect. and see the data structure, the DOM tree. So what do we have here? The container. I was expecting to add title actually, but even instead actually I can just append this to the body actually. Yeah, because not the container body. Document, please don't do that. Document, body, append as a child in the title. What is happening? I don't see it again. Oh, why down there? Oh, that's so funny. Oh yeah, I got it. But how? Guys, have you seen it? It's down there. Because after this, how about if we append it to the container? But even why it's going down there? Yeah, the best way to do that, so since we have been creating, so you just put some physically existing title here, h1, and we'll call it ID, title, and target it by that. That's another strategy to solve this kind of problem. Document, get element by ID and call it title, and this, I think by now, we should, even we didn't manage to fix that. Again, all the way down. Now, even it's not there. Oh, that's surprising. Document, get element by ID, title, title.text, content. Where are you, my title? Looking for my title. I don't know. Okay, then I think another best way to test this kind of problem. Let's see what is console.log title and see it here. But where is it exactly? Okay, let's see from here. I'm expecting it somewhere.
Can you add like a background color to it and stuff like that, and maybe you can see it easily?
Okay, yeah, that would be another thing you write. Oh yes. Style background. Where is just in trade is so easy to see. Are we again working on a different file? Where is it? WEEK-7, okay. I'm not sure. This is not a common problem because I have here, okay, let me even write it here and see. This is fine. Okay.
What's the style? CSS
Right.
style.
Right. This one is right. Do we have other style? We don't have any style which does a height. We can just give it style here and color red, font size 80 pixel. This is not normal. Which WEEK-7, because I am a bit hesitant after I got that thing. Now at least I saw it once. So now I figured out it's all about a kind of overriding. But did I use H anywhere? So it should be there actually.
Like removing everything as soon as the page loads.
Yes, I have seen it. Yeah. So as far right away it is. Let's even have actually a header and target this H1.
Can it be the thing we did last time? We needed to do kind of that when you load the page, if it somehow empties something.
Okay.
I don't know how
Okay. Yes. Yeah, got it. So let's check that code if we are, if it includes that part also. Let's see, contain. But now it's only the container. It's no, this is not.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Yeah, it's only the container. What we are removing actually, we create, and all the time we are removing the part which is, where's the container anyway? Are we creating the container on the fly? I forgot. No.
Yes, I think it's
No, we are getting it. Where's the container? Oh, it's here. The container is here. So it just only works this part, and the other part should be there. But I think it's the order of the code. Let me try to somehow reorder a little bit and nothing to do with those even. Okay, yeah, I think just in one line now I managed to. Now we don't need any background, right? And now it doesn't need anything. Instead, we say the total number of the countries are, and then like we inject countries, you know, right? The countries object.length. kind of. That's too big, because if you remember, guys, we gave it a very big font size here to make it visible. Yeah, we have some value, but now the dynamic data is overriding that value. That's great. Let's remove it anyway, we don't need that. But I don't see why the other, what's wrong? What did we make wrong? Container before initialization. Okay, we made container. Yeah, this is wrong. We don't need that line of codes. Yeah, so if you want that, you can use text align. Where is the text align? Title, don't do that. Title.style, text align. As you can see, it's not a hyphen align, but it's a camel case. Now this is a JavaScript object. That's why we call it DOM. So center. And you have to use the property value. You have to put it as in string. Yeah, okay, at least we succeed now. And if you want to select the filtered value, it's so easy. The filtered value, I will show you. Wait, let's make this a bit faster. We can call it P, and then we may adjust this to result. And actually P, and the value should be, so we can honest result document it element. Then what was the name? Result, right? Result. So we have to go where? After filtered, we have this value. So I think we have to be here. Result dot text content, and then we have to put filtered countries dot length. Okay. Now let's see. How many countries starting with F? Or maybe not actually starting containing F. Fin, of course. But with F5, this all this. Oh, how many countries with land? Actually, now it's a very good. Yep. 30 countries. But it's all about you too. Now, since it's now, if this is not touched, we don't show anything here. But if this is touched, we have to show something here. If our result is 1, it should be the message we put here should be singular. But if it's multiple, it should be saying many countries. That's possible, okay? So I will leave that for you, and I think we should stop in here. So now this has some meaning already, and I will push it to GitHub. Thank you, guys.